In this tutorial, we're going to cover how to set up an assignment as a teacher in Educate. So to begin, you're going to want to have created a class utilizing a course with assignments. Now I'm going to go into that class by either clicking on it from my dashboard or accessing it from the classes. Now I need to click on the Manage Course tab inside of my class. As you can see here, this is the class course outline, so all of the materials that are inside of the course are located here. And we've got some other videos on how to manage this outline and how you utilize this outline. So be sure to check those out. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to set up an assignment. So depending on your course, the course itself might have more or less assignments depending on the type of course it is. So an assignment will be listed as an assignment, and there will also be a settings button next to that item there on the line. So to set up an assignment, you want to make sure that it is checked here. If it's checked, that means students are going to be able to see it. Then you're going to click on the settings button to set up the assignment. With every assignment, there are certain fields that need to be completed. The required fields are indicated by this asterisk here. So the first field is the allowed file types. So with every assignment, students are either able to download the file and open with Microsoft Office products or other similar products, or they're able to create a copy using G Suite tools like Google Docs, Google Slides, and so forth. So as the teacher, if you have a specific requirement, depending on your school and your class setup, that if you have a preference one way or the other, you can indicate that here. So I'm just simply going to type in a quick note for my students. So this is just asking them to use the Google Doc link in this particular assignment. The next field is the start date field. So this is the date that students will be able to start to work on that assignment. So this is useful if you're planning out your course in advance and you know what day you want students to start working on that assignment. So to set that date and time, all you're going to do is click and select a date. You can also type it in if you prefer that, and click and select a time, or you can also type it in as well. The next field is the submission deadline. So this is the date at which the assignment deadline will conclude. So between the start date and that submission deadline, that's the window in which students should complete the assignment. So here I'm going to indicate when I want to close. And then depending on your class setup and how you are running your class, whether it's an in-person class, so a face-to-face situation, or distance learning, if it's a self-paced course for a group of students or one individual student, we also have the option to allow for late submissions. So basically that just means if that submission deadline is passed, they're still going to be able to submit their assignment. So with that checked, students will be able to submit the assignment after that deadline. And then the final field is the number of points that students can receive for that assignment. This is a numeric value, so you just type that in. And now with our fields completed, we would hit the Save button, and this will set up our assignment for our students. As you can see, our assignment was saved for our students. Again, you'll want to make sure and just double check that the assignment itself is checked, so that means students can see it. If it's not checked, you can click that checkbox button to make sure it is, and then scroll to the bottom of the page, click Save Changes, and then you can ensure that your students will have access to that material, assuming it corresponds with the start date that you set for the assignment. To view all of your open and expired assignments, you can click on the Assignments menu item. Here you'll see all of the assignments. You can filter by class as well as status for the given assignments. Those with late submissions will always be in your active list, so just so that if for whatever reason there are students that still have outstanding assignments, they're able to submit them here. So that is how you can set up an assignment in Educate. Be sure to check out our other tutorials to learn how to maximize and utilize the Educate platform.